Hi, diddly eye there, folks. How you doing? My name is Poggy. We're back again, and we're about to get started. Bubba's Bullies versus We Overslept. Getting into the game right now. It's loading. It's loading as we speak. And we're here with my good friend, the Turdinator. Turd, you're in charge now. What's on your mind, brother?
Excellent. I don't know. I don't got anything for you. Coffee, I guess. I need a cup of coffee. That's on my mind. Are you talking about game related? Yeah,
I mean, whatever.
Goes, as far as the game goes, I'm really pulling for We Overslept. I always root for the underdog. Bubba's Bullies, though, in my opinion, is the strongest team in this league. So it'll be interesting to see if We Overslept can pull it out.
Yeah, I would like to remind y'all that one loss that Bubba's Bullies has, they memed a little bit in the last game against CDM. Otherwise, I think CDM would have lost that game.
Okay, so looks like Bubba's Bullies is going to be the survivors again, and Zed is also going to be killing for We Overslept. And it looks like he's going to play as the Doctor, which has a built-in tracking mechanism. So seeing where the survivors are is going to be no problem for him, especially on this map since it's the smaller version of the Bat Hams. So good. I think that's a good play on his part. Hopefully he can get this game back into
it's
striking
interesting,
distance.
actually. We've seen two Doctors so far today, not in this match, but in the previous match. And I like the Doctor. He's a good anti-loop killer and makes the chases a lot more interesting.
Right. And like I said, he has that built-in tracking mechanism, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But a really good Doctor can basically just shut down every loop and window if he's, really paying attention.
Yeah, if he knows how to time his shock therapy and he can stop them from hitting the window or using a pallet, yeah, he can shut down the loop and be very strong. Now, again, this is Asteroid, my favorite survivor in the league. We'll see how this goes. Now that right there was a little early on the shock therapy. Yeah, and he's gonna break away from Asteroid. Asteroid's just, he's too good in my opinion, man. And it sounds like he's chasing Domo now. If he can get a hit on him and get him down, that'd be awesome. Good pressure. That's what he needs. This map is tough because the platform generators and the time that wastes for the killer to actually patrol them, it's really tough for the killer to apply pressure. The survivors seem like they can apply pressure by just working on a ton of generators across the board, and you're a killer main, Poggy. How do you feel about this map?
How do I feel about the map? I think the map is definitely more killer sided than people probably realize, but at the same time, with the new versions, you definitely want to kick a couple of those doors in those houses because it's just going to stop any chance of you actually being able to stop the survivors in those houses, especially if they know how to do it.
And did you see that shock therapy that Zed just did right there to stop?
Yeah, that was a beautiful
Felix
one right there.
That was beautiful. Stopped Felix from vaulting the window, and I think that was prime example of how you want to play the Doctor. There was another one right there.
Perfectly timed, yeah.
So there was two really good shock therapy blasts by Zed. He gets the down, and he's gonna get the hook. So pretty good pressure. It looks like the survivors are working on generators and will pop some of these very shortly. There's one right now. I saw that the two other survivors were working on different generators too. They did look like they were all on the same side, which could be a problem for late game, especially with the Doctor, because the Doctor can use his shock blast to get people off the generators. We'll see how that.
And there, of course, we see him breaking down the door as we were talking about, which is a good thing for him to start doing that right about now. I think he probably should have done it a little earlier, but he got stuck in two chases, which is okay.
Right.
Unfortunately, this survivor team is just really hammering out these gens, but I agree with you. I think the fact that they were... what is she doing? The fact that they were all pretty much on the same side could spell disaster at the end game if he's got a good 3-gen here.
Correct. Yeah, I think the Doctor is the best 3-gen strat killer. I know that when I play Doctor, I actually start the game by noticing where my 3-gen is and playing towards it from the start. So I let them pop gens and just focus on those.
But it looks like that's not going to be an issue for these guys. They're hammering out these last gens here. This last gen. There's only one left.
Well, and here's the thing about Bubba's Bullies that I've watched. And I've done the commentary for them pretty much the entire season, so I've seen a lot of them. They work on generators together, and they cut down the time that it takes to complete a generator from 80 seconds to 47.5 seconds. And a lot of people think that, yeah, you want to split pressure and work on different generators. But if you have to work on a generator for 80 seconds, usually the killer is going to pull you off for that generator in time. So you're not going to get it done. So why not work on the same generator, take 47 seconds, and you only need one survivor to loop a killer for 20 seconds. And that generator is going to get completed. By the time the killer knocks them, picks them up, hooks them, and then gets into another chase, 47 seconds is done. So, you know, I'm a firm believer in, I think in competitive gameplay, you need to work on generators together. Now, it looks like the survivors did open up a gate. They're healing, maybe to make a play. Nope, they're going to let
no, they weren't going to make a play. This is something we see a lot, and I really want to say something about this because it's something that it's a little bit frustrating for me. Maybe it's just me, but the Doctor was kind of just proxy camping the hook, which I kind of get why he would do that, but at the same time, I feel like he could have tried to pressure the exit gates a little bit more, and maybe actually could have pulled out another K from it, or at least, you know, kind of baited them into being altruistic. But by proxy camping the hook, you kind of just take that out and take any opportunity for you to score any better out as well. So I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that's kind of how I look at it. And we can see that his score kind of reflects that as well. Only 11,000 points that game. Not too great from FXCKZ. Holy mother of God. And we just we're not seeing a really good showing there. So
yeah,
I guess really quickly,
you know,
go ahead.
This Bubba's team is just so strong. Like, you can't really fault We Overslept. Like, in my opinion, it's just Bubba's Bullies is just way too strong. They should not even be in this league.
They're definitely showing how strong they are too, which we talked about in previous streams as well. So I mean, it's really not that surprising to me that they're doing that well. But at the same time, I just feel like there's little things that I'm seeing the teams do against them that, I mean, if they had corrected, at least they could have pushed a little harder against Bubba's, even if they still lost, you know? But maybe that's just me. So I guess a real quick overview of their build here. So he had Discordance, which I don't think we've seen Discordance at all this season, which is kind of interesting. But it's a great perk, I think, for tracking when people are working on gens. And against this team, I thought it would have been even better because that's all they did was work on gens together.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like that's all they were doing, but it didn't really work out. I don't know what really went wrong there. Honestly, he was doing pretty well, and
so when I was talking to Domo out of stream, you know, and he was telling me a little bit about their game strategies and whatnot, and I don't know if I should be even saying this, but they communicate extremely well, like as a team. And so what I think they do is, when someone's being chased, let's say it's Asteroid, right? Asteroid's being chased. He lets them know. And so now 2 other survivors will go to like one of those high priority generators, like in the middle,